There's a moment where the plan falls apart, the road ends, and the only thing in front of you is uncertainty. It doesn't come with a warning. It doesn't ask permission. It just arrives. No path, no map, no answers, only questions. What now? Why me? Am I ready for this? This is where most people hesitate. They stall, they retreat, because we've been taught that uncertainty is a threat, that the unknown means danger. But that's not the truth. The unknown is not a dead end. It's not the edge of your story. It's the beginning of your becoming. Let's start with how the Stoics saw it. To them, fear wasn't a sign to stop. It was a signal to look inward. They taught that it's not events that disturb us, but our judgments about them. In other words, it's not the unknown that breaks us. It's our resistance to it. Most people suffer more in imagination than in reality. They play out disaster scenarios that never happen. And in doing so, they drain their power before they've even taken a step. Stoics trained their minds the way athletes train their bodies. So when uncertainty showed up, they didn't flinch. They moved forward with discipline, with intention, and with acceptance. Their phrase for this? Amor Fati, the love of fate. Not tolerating the unknown, but embracing it. Because they understood something most people miss. If the path ahead scares you, there's probably something important on the other side. Now, let's go deeper into alchemy. In alchemical tradition, transformation doesn't begin with clarity. It begins with collapse. The first stage is called nigredo, the blackening. It's the disorientation, the confusion, the breaking down of who you thought you were. It sounds familiar, doesn't it? Because every major turning point in your life started with some form of disintegration, loss, chaos, doubt. That moment where the ground shakes and your old self can't stand. But that's the secret. The breakdown is not failure, it's fertilizer. In alchemy, the unknown is the raw material. It's not the obstacle, it's the ingredient. It's what gets cooked, compressed, purified, until something new is born. Think of a star. It doesn't shine because it's stable. It shines because it's under pressure. The same is true for you. You're not supposed to have it all figured out. You're supposed to let go of the old shape so something new can emerge. Let's bring in Bashar. He says, the unknown is where all your excitement lives. And here's the twist. Fear and excitement feel almost identical in the body. Your heart races. Your breath shortens. Your senses sharpen. The difference isn't physical, it's psychological. It's the label you give the feeling. Most people mislabel excitement as fear, so they back away from the very thing that could change everything. Bashar teaches that your higher self doesn't operate from pre-made paths. It responds to you moment by moment. But you've got to move first. You've got to act on curiosity, not wait for certainty. He calls this following your highest excitement. It's not reckless, it's responsive. You follow the thread of what energizes you, and the path unfolds as you walk. Think of your journey like this. You're walking through the forest. You follow the trail as far as it goes, and now it disappears. Most people stop there. But what if the trail ending wasn't a mistake? What if it was an invitation to make your own? Imagine a young woman named Liana. She worked in a job she didn't love, lived in a city that didn't inspire her, and spent most days waiting for the right time to change. One day, without warning, her company shuts down. She panicked until she realized this was her moment. She packed her bags, moved to another country, and started over as an artist. It wasn't easy, it wasn't certain, but for the first time, she felt alive. The unknown didn't ruin her life. It returned her to it. And you've had moments like that too. Moments that didn't make sense until later. Moments that forced you to grow in ways you didn't know you could. That's the alchemy of uncertainty. Not turning chaos into control, but turning fear into fuel. Let's recap. The Stoics teach us, your power is in how you meet what you can't control. The alchemists show us, uncertainty is the fire that initiates transformation. Bashar reminds us, the unknown isn't emptiness, it's a creative field waiting for your signal. You don't need a full map, you just need a compass. And the courage to take the first step without knowing where it leads. Because the truth is, no one ever became who they were meant to be by staying inside the lines. Your evolution is hiding behind a door you haven't opened, not because it's locked, but because you're still waiting for permission. You don't need permission. You need movement. So when the unknown rises, don't freeze, don't stall, don't overthink. Breathe, trust, step, leap even when your knees shake. Speak even when your voice trembles. Create even when the outcome is unclear. Because clarity doesn't lead to movement. Movement leads to clarity. And the greatest version of you, they're not behind a plan. They're waiting in the unknown. On the other side of fear. On the edge of the leap. On the path that hasn't been made yet. So go. Not when you're ready. But because you're willing. Because everything you've been searching for is already searching for you. And it can only meet you in the unknown.